Have you ever felt like you've got more to offer to society than what you're currently doing? Let me guess, you work a normal job, maybe you're in an office, maybe you get up around 8, drive to work, takes about half an hour, and then you probably just spend most of your day at work, working at a desk, with your colleagues, in meetings, drive home again, and you're so tired when you get home that there's nothing else you can do with your day. Maybe you go to the gym and that's about it, and then you go to bed, and you repeat the same thing, earning money just for the weekend. And then you see these other guys who are maybe the same age as you, maybe even younger than you, who are making thousands and thousands of pounds a month, hundreds of thousands of pounds a month. People like Iman, Hamza, Jack, all of them are making so much more money than most people out there, and they're fulfilling their purpose. These guys are all living up to their potential. They knew they were built for something more than what the normal world has taught us to be like. And by no means have I fully lived up to my potential just yet, but I'm a hell of a lot closer than I was about 3-4 years ago. So in this video, I really just wanted to outline some of the 5 things that could be holding you back from reaching your potential. And listen guys, maybe you're halfway through your self-improvement journey, maybe you just started your self-improvement journey today. Either way, this video is going to be helpful because it's going to outline 5 things that often get overlooked, especially when it comes to self-improvement. And I really think that had I known these 5 things when I started out, I'd be a hell of a lot further than I am today. And look, if you're wanting to really improve your life and sort yourself out and stop doing what you're currently doing and want to get into fitness and maybe get into making some money as well, I'd highly recommend you stick around, look at these 5 things that could potentially be holding you back from your potential, and just set yourself up for a good life, essentially. Right guys, without further ado, let's just get straight into this presentation. All right guys, today we're going to go through what are the things that are essentially stopping you from achieving your potential. Okay, so a little bit about me, if this is the first video you've seen of mine, and a bit about my story. So I've been in self-improvement now for nearly 4 years, and just from left to right, you can see I was about 16 there, and then maybe 17 in the next photo. Super skinny, super cringe looking, you know, kind of a bit of a pussy back then, honestly. Yeah, just didn't really have a lot going for me and not very confident. I definitely wasn't one of the popular kids. I was, like I say, scrawny kid. There was other people my age who were already hitting the gym, already lifting weights, and they were the popular kids that were playing football, they were doing all these sports, and I just wasn't doing any of that. All I cared about was playing video games, and that was about it, to be honest. And then you can see the next picture there with me holding a beer at a festival. I mean, this was a good day, actually, I'm not going to lie, but this is what I used to do a lot. I used to just go drinking, stood there in the rain, in the shit weather in the UK. And that's what I did, basically. Just as soon as I turned 18, I was basically just drinking. I was drinking at 17, and then I started drinking more at 18 when I could, like, sort of legally do it. And that pretty much was just what I did. And then there's me more recently when I was in Magaluf, and yeah, very messy, lots of alcohol, drugs involved as well. It was a messy holiday. Although I had fun, it's not something I look back on and think I want to do again. And it certainly isn't really in line with what I wanted to do and the kind of man I wanted to become in terms of my self-improvement journey. And these are the things that were holding me back, essentially. On the left, we kind of have not believing in myself, not having that drive, not having that vision, kind of being a bit pathetic and not really having any kind of purpose. And then we have more to the right, which is more recent, of kind of young adult life. It's just drinking, partying, getting really, really drunk, having shit sleep, and that was about it, really, honestly. This is kind of like my story before self-improvement, and ever since, on the right here, ever since this holiday, it's been pretty much on point. I mean, before the holiday, I was on self-improvement, kind of on and off, kind of not very well, but it's the past year where it's really, really hammered home. The gym's become a huge, huge part of my life, business, making a personal brand for myself, and all these kind of things. And that's where I want to get you guys to. I want to get you to that point where you feel like you could make your own business, your own YouTube channel. I want to make sure that you're happy and feel comfortable going to the gym, and that you have goals in your life and you believe in yourself, just by taking away and pointing out some of the things that are probably holding you back. So in this video, I'm going to, like I say, point out 5 things that held me back and probably holding you back as well from reaching your full potential and getting you to where you want to be in life. Because I'm guessing you're watching this video right now, you're not where you want to be, and not saying I'm where I want to be. You know, you guys, the guys who are watching this, you're actually along for the journey with me, okay? So maybe I'm just a couple steps ahead of you, still a couple stepping stones ahead of you, And most of the people in the industry are 10 stepping stones away from me. So I just want to be a bit more down to earth, and you guys can kind of follow me along my journey. And I just want to be super honest about like everything. And yeah, hopefully you guys learned something from this, and it's just stuff that was holding me back, and maybe it can help you. The first one I kind of touched on, but the main thing that was holding me back when I was younger was self-confidence or self-belief. Belief in myself, essentially. Having that belief that I am destined for more than what I'm doing right now. And you guys might be in this situation right now where you just kind of go into work, you know, maybe you're working 9 to 5, maybe you're working some kind of shit weekend job, and you kind of just go into work making someone else rich, and you don't really feel like you're doing anything for society and for yourself. You feel like you could do more, but you don't have that belief. I'm not good enough to do it, you know, I don't know. I'm not big enough, I'm too skinny, I'm, you know, maybe not clever enough, I don't know enough yet, I don't believe I can do this, you know, I don't believe I can be as good as, you know, these fitness influencers and all the people we look up to in the industry. That's fine. I was there as well, same situation. I was not popular at school, you know, not everyone, most people weren't. I wasn't popular, I was one of the very unpopular kids. Luckily I had a few good friends, still friends with them today, great guys, you know. But I wasn't popular at school, and I feel like had I been popular at school, I'd be way further ahead than I am now. You know, if I'd have done sports, if I'd have met more friends, if I'd have built more confidence. These are all things that I've had to learn slightly later in life, after school, and that's just how it works for some people. Maybe it works for you as well like that. Maybe you were super popular at school, and this kind of doesn't apply to maybe you've got loads of confidence and you really believe in yourself. But I actually found the guys who were most popular in school actually lacked confidence the most. And I think confidence is something that, it's a skill. You're not born with it, you know, no one tells you how to be confident. It's something you simply have to do yourself. It's a skill that you have to build yourself. So this is one of the things that could be holding you back, is confidence and belief in yourself. And the best way of fixing this is, one, if you're single, go up to talk to, if you're with your friends, go and try and talk to some girls and do some cold approaches, okay? I did this a little bit when I was single, and it worked, you know? A lot of the times got rejected. They were like, no, sorry, not interested. A lot of the times got sitting down, talking to them, and it's, you know, it's just building up confidence, you know, talking to people you don't know, other people at the gym, you know. If you're going to the gym, that's a great place to just talk to random people, yeah, you know. Do you need spotting on this? Or when someone asks you, can you spot them? It's like confidence builder. Every single little bit, every interaction you have that you're slightly uncomfortable with, every time you go slightly out of comfort zone, that is building confidence, okay? And it's a skill. So the more and more you do it, the better and better you be at it. And I've kind of seen this now, because since I've gone on the self-improvement journey and boosted my confidence and got better at this, I've seen that my friends, I can kind of notice now my friends aren't confident because they've not been doing this. Even though I thought they were confident, they always say to me now that you're confident, you know, oh, you know, how come you got so confident and all these things, you know? And it's just a skill, okay? So work on your confidence, guys. You really need to believe in yourself, okay? You are in the same boat as everyone else, okay? You're in the same boat as me. You're in the same boat as Hamza. You're in the same boat as Iman Gadzhi. Everyone's just at different stages, and everyone can get to those stages. No one's born to only be able to achieve a certain amount, okay? So always have confidence in yourself. The next thing, and it takes us on nicely to it, the next thing that might be holding you back is your friends, okay? So, if your friends are like my friends, or a lot of my friends, where they just like to go out drinking and partying, and they're not interested in what you have to say about your business, or anything, pursuits that you're doing, or any kind of self-improvement ventures, or health, or gym, or fitness, anything that's kind of self-development and self-improvement, if they're not interested in that and all they care about is having a good time, there's pros to that and there's also cons to that. One is you will often find that you are like the people you surround yourself with, okay? So if you're surrounded by people that do that, then you'll end up being like that. Great example was when I spent some time at uni. I didn't actually go to uni, but I had a friend who went to uni, and I was obviously friends with him, and I ended up going on a lot of nights out, uni nights out with all the uni guys, and it was just ridiculous, okay? If you want to be in self-improvement, you cannot be in a uni dorm. It won't work, okay? At least not in my opinion. I couldn't do it personally. I wouldn't have the ability to do that. So surround yourself with people who are actually rooting for you. They're interested in the shit you're doing. That's like not just about drinking and stuff like this. I've got a friend who's one of my closest friends who's a musician, and when we get talking about, you know, we bounce off each other when we're talking about
I'm talking about YouTube, he's talking about his music and all this kind of stuff, and we just bounce off each other, and it's such a productive and like motivating conversation that I don't get to have with any of my other friends. So make sure that if you're going to meet up with your friends, if they are like that, do it on rare occasions. Don't be doing it every weekend. There's a time and a place. Obviously, brotherhood's important. You need to have close friends. You can't be a loner. You know, if you don't have any friends, go get some friends, of course. But there's a time and a place. You know, if you've got shit to do, don't skip the gym to go meet your friends. If you need to make a YouTube video that night, you've not posted in like 2 weeks like me, then fucking sort that first. Don't go meet your friends, okay? There's a time and a place. All right, you guys all knew this one was going to be on the list, and it has to be because it's one of the worst ones, and everyone needs to be accountable. Social media, the internet, you're probably addicted. It's probably holding you back, right? And I know a lot of people, and you might even say yourself, that you want to use Instagram or social media to help you boost your business, okay? So let me make a perfectly clear distinction here. If you are producing content for social media, that's fine. If you're consuming content for social media, it's the opposite. That is a waste of time, and it's holding you back. I promise you, okay? I just want to ask a question. How many times have you checked your phone since this video started? I know it might be quite a long video because I'm looking at the timer now and it's at 10 minutes. I'm going to have to edit this down quite a bit. How many times have you checked your phone? Put your phone down and spend a bit of time just concentrating on some value that someone's trying to give you, okay? If you can't do that, then how are you going to be able to read a 20-hour book on sales? How are you going to be able to read any of the books that Iman Gadzhi recommends or Hamza recommends? How are you going to be able to do it if you can't stop checking your phone? I've done videos about phones in the past. I've done videos about social media in the past and how to avoid it. Essentially, when you go to check social media, YouTube, whatever, you're getting a quick hit of dopamine and you're basically saturating your dopamine system, right? You're releasing too much dopamine and you're just going to find that you enjoy other stuff less, right? You're going to enjoy other stuff less because you're producing too much dopamine. So I've got a question at the bottom there. What's more satisfying? What's going to be more fulfilling for you? Going on your phone to check a meme that your mate sent you, 5 seconds of maybe a little bit of a laugh, or gaining that 5 kg of muscle in the next 3 weeks that you've been aiming to do, okay? Now I know that's not a very great comparison, but it's kind of like trying to demonstrate that instant gratification versus delayed gratification. The gym is going to require hard work, but it's going to feel so good when you get there, when you achieve that goal. Whereas the social media requires no hard work and it only feels good for a little bit. So that's the difference, okay? So social media, is it holding you back? Okay, big one here, drinking, okay? So this is something that I've quit now. I quit drinking, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. I said I'm only 2 steps ahead of you. It was only 1 step ago that I was drinking myself. I used to go out drinking all the time, okay? I used to love drinking, okay? I'm not saying I'm stopping drinking forever, by the way. I will occasionally go out for a drink, you know? I plan on going for a drink when I go on holiday. I'm going on holiday in July, okay? And I might take you guys there with me, actually. So I don't plan on quitting drinking forever, but I'm ultra limited on drinking, okay? More and more you look into drinking, it is impossible to find many benefits of it, to be honest. Don't give me all this bullshit. Oh, social. You can drink anything at a social event and be social with people. You do not need to be ingesting what is essentially a poisonous substance for your body, okay? If you're on self-improvement and you're still drinking alcohol and you have business goals and you wanted to set up a marketing agency, you wanted to set up that dropshipping company, you want to set up that YouTube automation business, you want to set up a YouTube channel and start making money and doing all the shit Hamza does and Iman Gadzhi and all these First Man and all these people, right? None of them drink. None of them drink. They do drink, right? But only after they've accomplished that thing they want to accomplish, right? They go to what's called monk mode, where they spend 6 months of just work and then 6 months of partying, right? It's a great way, it's a great method, I think, of splitting out your year, is having to say, okay, next 6 months, I'm just going to churn out a bunch of content, work on my business, work on myself, self-improvement. And then you can party afterwards. Did you achieve the goals? You know, this is what I mean. It's about delayed gratification, and drinking's another one of these things that's going to instant gratification, right? And it's going to have long-term effects. We all know what a hangover feels like, probably. If you don't, you're not missing out. I've always thought hangovers just lasted a couple hours the next morning, right? If I drink on a Friday, I'm doing no work on the weekend, okay? My gym is going to suffer, my exercise is going to suffer at the gym, fitness, fatness, everything. everything's going to suffer from drinking. And I found recently, actually, from just stopping drinking, that I'm losing fat like crazy, okay? It's probably the simplest thing. I was trying to eat less, burn more calories, all this shit. I just stopped drinking and I've lost fat, okay? It does, because it's fattening, right? There's like 100 calories in one drink, right? And you can have 7 of them on a night out. 700 calories, it's, you know, it's ridiculous. Imagine going in a 700 calorie surplus every day, okay? You get fat. So, and then not only that, it's expensive. And, you know, most of you, like myself, probably are making loads of money. So, money is better spent elsewhere. Recommend spending it on sparkling water. Bit of an Andrew Tate thing to say, I know, but this is what I did. I just thought, I'm stopping drinking. I'm going to start. I need something else that's to sort of fill the gap. You know, I can't drink it. God, I can't just drink water. I've got to drink something else. So I got sparkling water, and I used to hate sparkling water, but I actually really like it now. And I think it's just that thing of like, you're replacing the drink with that. It's like something new, okay? So I'd highly recommend you try, just start drinking like sparkling water. As silly as it sounds silly. I swear it sounds silly, but this shit has been really, really helped me to get to that like sort of next like level of focus, right? And drive and motivation. I just stopped drinking and started drinking sparkling water instead. Okay, and the last thing that is holding you back from getting to your true potential is knowledge. Now, this is something that really hit home to me. I thought I knew everything. 16, 17-year-old trying to set up drop shipping companies, trying to set up print-on-demand companies. And it took me a while to realize that I actually didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And that I needed to get a job in digital marketing to figure that out. So I got a job in digital marketing, still have that job in digital marketing. And now I know more about digital marketing than pretty much every single person who isn't a digital marketer, which would make sense. And that's a valuable skill to have. You know, I'm going to teach you guys digital marketing, and I have already done some videos on digital marketing, but it's a valuable skill to have that trickles down to everything. Alex Hormozi said it himself. You learn sales, then you can earn, you know, a little bit of money. If you learn marketing, well, marketing's selling to lots of different people through media, right? That gets you quite a lot of money. So it's like a level. Sales here, marketing here, and then the top level is products, right? That's actually developing a great product. So that speaks for itself, marketing itself. So I've sort of learned that middle step, okay? So that's a valuable skill to have. Think of how valuable it is. I know sales, I know marketing, okay? So I can sell shit. I can sell shit to lots of people, okay? And I know how to do that. So what could be holding you back? Well, it just could be simply your knowledge, okay? You just might not know enough yet. If you're like me and you're 21 or younger, or maybe 18, maybe you're 17, maybe you're 16, I can guarantee you don't know it, all right? You don't know everything. So instead of spending all your time in this kind of hustler, grind set mode, maybe dedicate hours of the day to actually reading a book, okay? Learning something new, watching some YouTube videos from the list I provided you there, okay? These are the YouTubers I watch pretty much exclusively. There's a few others actually that I forgot, but they're the main ones, okay? If you go ahead and watch any Alex Hormozi video, you'll learn more than I probably learned in a day at school, right? Or you've learned in a day at school. Realistically, you'll probably learn more valuable shit from watching these guys than any of the stuff you could learn at school. Not saying don't learn shit at school, by the way, but I'm just saying, knowledge, okay? Make sure, if you're at this certain stage of your life, you're aware that your early 20s is not only for working on yourself, your business, but a big part of working on yourself is working on your skill set, okay? So upskill yourself, gain the knowledge, and this is one of the biggest things that were holding me back. I tried so many business ventures and so many things and they all failed, put so many hours into them, and it was the simplest thing. I just didn't know what I was doing, okay? If I'd invested that time instead into teaching myself what to do and actually learn this shit, then maybe they'd have been successful, you know? Anyway, guys, that was the 5 things that could potentially be holding you back from your full potential, okay? Hope you found this video helpful, guys, and if you did, please drop me a comment. Really helps the algorithm, and consider subscribing because I post videos every week on self-improvement and business and fitness and health, all that good shit. See you in a bit, guys.